Hey guys, so I have been told some of the biggest leaks and potentially some of the most exciting information I've ever been told. They have passed out time travel, but I do have some people who know some alternate ways, so I'm just gonna share that with you guys now. I have three banners to go over, two skins to go over, three unreleased characters to go over. It's gonna be packed. I also have some artwork for Gear 4 that is not really shown yet, and I just want to go over that too. But I think I'm gonna start with the least interesting stuff, and I'm going to go on to the most interesting. But keep in mind, this is all interesting. But before we get into it, I do have to plug. So if you want to like, subscribe, whatever, turn on notifications. Who the heck cares? Just get into it. It's super cool. Anyways, the first thing to talk about is just Gear 4 artwork. It looks like they're reskinning it from what you guys probably have seen in videos of Forerunner stuff. It looks like they're changing what the artwork of the stages. Whatever. I mean, it's cool and all, but it's just a piece of art, and we don't really need that right now. So that's besides the point. Let's move on to the skins. So here are the skins. We have one for Wrath, which has been talked about and public knowledge for a very, very long time. It's been honestly forever since it's been announced, and I'm not entirely sure why it's taken so long to come out. It seems a little bit weird, but I guess maybe they were changing it. I don't know if it looks different or not, but I will say it looks really cool. Obviously, like, going heavy into the, like, not really gargoyle vibe, but like the demon vibe, and just like some demon lord type thing. This is potentially top 3 skin in the game for me. I think this one looks cool. I heard it was something to do with arena, so I assume if you hit Apex Arena you get the skin, which is gonna suck because I don't want to grind Apex Arena. But yeah, so this is potentially an Apex Arena reward, and it looks really cool. But let's go on to the next one, which is Komodo. So Komodo, why does Komodo have a skin? I feel like this is like the most lackluster, boring character to put a skin on. Like, someone was telling me that maybe they would be a Dolores skin soon. Nope, it's Komodo. But we do have a Komodo skin. I will say it looks okay. It's a bit too minimalistic for my taste. He gets like some special armor and more of a purple vibe. There's a lot of like purple aspects on his armor. He has a really cool sword. I do like it. I think it's a big improvement on the skin, or maybe not big, but I do think it's definitely an improvement on the base skin. But it's Komodo. Like, I don't care too much. I know that's kind of a mean thing to say, but it's just, I feel like this is not a character that should have been a priority. But that's not important. So those are the two skins. I'll try to remember to put them on the screen side by side so you guys can see it all. I'll just like tell myself to put some of these notes down so that when I'm replaying the video I actually know what to do, because I'm trying to edit more, but it's like I don't know what I'm doing. I have no experience with this, so, but that's whatever. That's besides the point. Though, let's move on to the new characters, because I think those are pretty cool. So we have 3, but only 2 have artwork that we can go off of. One is basically like a druid character. I assume it should probably be a healer. It could be a mage, it could be anything. But there is a druid character coming eventually, which is going to be pretty cool. But that's the one that we don't have any access for in the files. But we also have a centaur girl type of thing. The centaur girl we only really have one screenshot of, but she looks cool. It looks like a legendary. She's probably gonna be some sort of tank. If she has a lance, you know how it is. She's just a normal centaur. We don't have any information, or at least I don't have any information on what she does. So keep that in mind. And then And then we have one more, which is probably the most interesting one. It's the most complete one. We're a little tired. Anyways, so her name is Sanja. She's a legendary marksman for Supreme Arbiters and Star Piercers, which is going to be really cool. So she looks really sick. She has 2 crossbow things, kind of like Hatsit does. And she looks like she's going to be a marksman. I'm not 100% sure what she does, but it's pretty cool, honestly. I think she's going to be really, really fun to use, but she's probably going to be really, really rare. And I don't think many people are going to get her. But apparently she's been in the game files for like months. So they've just been sitting on her for so long, and they haven't released her at all, which I think is just kind of funny. That's whatever. Oh, it also Jorge, Esme, Kalina, and Abizu are also in the game. So they're in the global assets now, which is kind of cool. But I don't really think that that's like new information. I think people just expected that to be added eventually. But anyways, that's enough talking about all of this stuff. I'm going to talk about the banners, because the banners are by far the most interesting. We have one of the best banners ever added to the game, and there's also 2 other ones that are really interesting. So first off, probably the lamest and the most like that we don't know about banner out there is there's one for Krusk and one for Cerberus. So these 3 banners I will go over now. Between them all, there are 2 characters that are not on global yet. But for this banner specifically, we do not know if it's going to be on global or if this is just a Forerunner banner. We just have the artwork. We don't know the epics or anything. We don't really know stuff like that. We do know that these are banners and they are coming eventually. We do not know the dates, but on some of them I do have guesses, and I will put those on. But I just have to confirm that we do not have dates. The dates are not confirmed, and it could be a month, it could be 5 months, who knows. Except for the one that I will show at the end, the craziest banner in the game. That one we do have an idea. But anyways, the artwork's pretty sick. It's just, I mean, Trusk kind of looks out of place, but Cerberus looks cool. But that is a banner coming to either Forerunner or Global. Krusk is okay. Cerberus is really good. And then next we have an Ancient exclusive banner, which is really cool. We have Torador, who is much better now that Nightmare teams are more competitive. If you don't have Torador, there's actually a really good banner to go on and to pull on. It's definitely Ancient exclusive. It will probably be alongside some other banner. I'm not sure when it will come out, but it is one that's really worth mentioning, because Toradors are so good now. Because Lust, Arrogance, you know, you got all that stuff. And then Giselle is also there. Giselle is one of the worst heroes in the game, at least as of now. She's one of the most forgettable, and she's one of the worst in terms of just like being an Ancient exclusive and not really bringing anything to the table. But yeah, so this is a great banner. I really like this one. Unfortunately, no Valderon banner. I don't know when Valderon will be out. I usually just say give it a month, because we have nothing to go off of, and usually Forerunner stuff gets added to global after like a month or 2. But who knows? But now we get to the big banner, the big one, and that is this one. I'll just let the artwork sink in for a second while you guys grasp what this means. Okay, that's enough. But so this is probably top 5 banner in the game, at least close to it. It's probably just gonna be a normal 10x, but these are 2 of some of the best heroes in the game. Artemis is gonna be really good. I thought he was gonna be pretty good already. He's gonna dominate Grade 1. He heals, he does damage. Really good. I would highly recommend going for an A1. He's really good in Void Rift. But the reason why Artemis is so good now is because of Gear 4. You need a anti-healer for Gear 4. There's like one strategy you can do to not need an anti-healer, and even then it's still like impossible. You have to have like execution and like all this stuff. So it's really tough. But if you have Artemis, you can just bypass that. Obviously, if you have Lysier and Demi, you don't need him, but he's just gonna be so good for that. And then also, we have Hatset. So Hatset, as I'm sure a lot of you know, is one of the rarest heroes in the game. She's tied for Boreas now for the rarest normal hero, aka non-lord hero, in the normal pool. I pulled her recently. So part of me is like, ugh, they're adding a banner for Hatset, grr. But that's whatever. But she is coming eventually, and judging by how the raid ups work, the 10x raid ups, it looks like Hatset will have by far the most likely chance she will ever have. Like, I feel like it'll be like 15% if you pull the legendary, it'll be a Hatset. So I think this is probably the best banner to pull on a Hatset. I highly recommend, now that we know that this banner is coming, save all of your summons. Like, just straight up save everything. I think it's completely worth it. I think it's completely justified on this banner to save everything. This is like a less level banner, you know, like this is crazy. Hatset's like the rarest hero ever. She's rarer than most of the lords, which is crazy. And she's really strong. She's the best progression champ, maybe even better than Boreas if he gets nerfed, or at least they'll be similar. She does not need good gear to do really well. She's just all around amazing. I would highly recommend saving for this one. But this is definitely the main highlight of the video. I figured I would save it to last, just so I don't have the worst viewer retention anyone has ever seen ever in their lives. You know how it is. But yeah, so I figured I would just immediately share this stuff with you guys as soon as I saw it, and it was sent to me. So thank you to the person who sent it to me. I will, if I do have to ask them if they want credit in the description or something, but I don't know if they do, so I might not do that. But anyways, I think that's about it for me. Just to recap, we've got 3 new characters. One of them has no assets, but they are a druid-like character, potentially a healer, potentially a mage. And then we have a centaur girl who should be a legendary tank, I would assume. We don't know her name or her abilities, but that's whatever. And then we also have Sanja, who is a legendary marksman for arbiters and star piercers. She's going to be the second one of that faction after Pelagios, but I assume she will not be an AoE hero. She reminds me a bit of Hatset in the way that she has her artwork, but it's whatever. There's a new artwork for Grade 4, which is interesting. We have 2 new skins coming, one for Komodo, which looks better, but I feel like it's kind of not too crazy. And then we have Wrath skin, which is going to be one of the best skins in the game, and I think it is actually free in Arena, though it might be kind of hard to get. And then to end it off, we have some banners, which we don't know the dates of, but I will just say that they will probably come soon. We have Krusk and Cerberus, which I'm not sure will ever be on global, but it might. And then we have Giselle and Torador, which is an ancient banner, which is going to be really good. And then we have one of the best banners ever, which is Hatset and Artemis. And I forgot to mention it earlier. I'll try to remember to put the text on the screen to say that this point. But we know that Hatset Artemis banner is coming fairly soon. Probably because when they release Grade 4, they will either release Artemis and this banner either before, or they're going to do it around the same time. So I think it makes absolutely no sense not to release the Hatset Artemis banner before Grade 4. And judging by the hype and how it's finished already on Forerunner and blah blah blah, I assume in the next month or 2, like probably almost soft guarantee. So don't quote me on that, but I think I can say with like 95% certainty that Artemis Hatset banner will be coming out in March. So once again, it's not guaranteed, but like I think it'll happen. Anyways, that's about it for that. I hope you guys enjoyed, and that's Destined signing out. Thanks for watching.